Do you mind if I hit record and start?
No, I don't mind. Damn. So,
So what's your name?
Loretta, de Fatima,
Loretta.
Hennessy.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you also.
Thank you for sitting down with me today.
Thank you for introducing me to this lifestyle.
To this lifestyle? What do you mean by that?
Well,
You mean this video?
Yes.
Okay.
It's very enormic.
Can you talk about your current lifestyle?
Well, to be honest with you, I do crack. I can't stop. I walk a lot. I stay with my responsibilities. I put responsibilities on my shoulder. I do a lot of things that are not a bad habit, but I have sex, so I'll be crossing the line with man's human nature. And I'm trying to stop moving my body, but also I'm trying to relax. I'm trying to slow down. I'm trying to get economical. I'm trying to save more than I'm trying to spend. I'm trying to get a lot of expensive things. I'm trying to be proper. I'm trying to clean up. I'm trying to be smart.
How old are you?
23.
And how long have you been using crack for?
I've been for 8 years now,
For 8 years.
since I was 14 years old.
How did you get introduced to that?
Well, sorry, one age more, when I was 15. But I was 14 and 15 at the same time. Well, I left my house. I met this guy named Roscoe. I met this guy named Carlitos. I went to his house. We were all doing drugs. I was smoking weed. I got put it up with Molly because I wanted to do a hardcore drug. I wanted to have a hard drug that gives me like, makes me like stand up and go woo, and like just like makes me get energy. And
Why did you want that?
because I felt like my body needed it. I felt like I took place in it. I felt like I have a place in it.
What was your childhood like?
To be honest, I don't remember much about my childhood.
Would you say that it was positive or negative? Or a little bit of both?
It was both, but my mom, she raised me in el bollo, like she raised me right. So like we both stayed apart and we got apart because I wanted to do grown adult shit. So, and she was trying to baby me, like telling me not to do this, not to do that. Like, you have a mindset. And I was telling my mom, look, I don't have a mindset. Like, I don't know where I'm going to take place in my life. Like, you think I could do it, but I can't do it. Like I know I can't do it. Like I know who I am, and I think I don't take plays. Like I think you know who I am. Like you know I don't have a mindset. Like
You mean you didn't fit into what she wanted you to be?
um I'm just trying to like put the words in harder for me, like to quiz myself to like see the extreme, like if I can like talk like with moving the planet and like um mattering like with what I'm saying so somebody else could feel what I'm saying. So hold on, let me think.
Yeah, take your time.
Like I was like, I can't do it. So you know who I am. So why are you like worrying if I do it or I don't do it and you know who I am?
What is it that she wanted you to do?
She wanted to have a closed life
Without you?
with me and without me.
Can you give like an example of what that means?
She wanted to stick together. She wanted to walk. She wanted to have miracles and she wanted to separate.
Okay. Did you have any siblings?
Yes, I do.
What was your relationship like with them?
It was very abusive.
Abusive.
Yes.
How so?
Because my sibling wouldn't want to give me love and he didn't know the picture and he didn't know what was going on with me. And I kept begging him for mercy. My brother, I don't know how old he is, I forgot. He was born on July 22nd. And he didn't give me the mercy in the world for me to be a sister. And then like there was like a very one day when I didn't grab him because I'm not that type of sister. But we were playing and then after that like my hands grabbed him by mistake and then like the counter like there was like something sharp and then like I sliced his head.
By accident.
So yeah, so also he got away from me because of that.
And was this just strictly physical abuse or what?
Verbal abuse, physical abuse, like like I would like I would tell him like mercy, like you supposed to love me, like you're not supposed to like verbally like talk bad about me or be against me. Like I would tell him like what's wrong with you? Like you don't have to open up your heart, but
You wanted him to show you love.
yes, I wanted to stick by him.
Would you say that that was traumatic for you?
Yes.
Were there any other traumatic experiences you had growing up?
Yes. When my mom wasn't in my life, when I ran away from home, when my mom wasn't with my dad, when I didn't speak English or Spanish, that was very traumatic for me.
What did you speak?
I had a hard time learning how to speak English or Spanish. I didn't speak nothing at all, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah.
You seem very talkative now.
Yes, I really am.
So you were just quiet, like silent.
Yes, but I also understand it but and I did it in action. There was things I didn't understand, but I also didn't understand. And I tried to understand, and then when I listened, I understand it. And then they would go on talking, and then I couldn't speak. So I wasn't talking.
Do you know why you couldn't speak?
No, not really at all.
Was it like a choice of yours, or like you just couldn't?
No, it wasn't a choice. It just came by naturally.
At what age did you start speaking?
At 6,
Okay. And at that point, you started talking a lot, or you still kind of stayed quiet?
I started talking a lot. I would talk to myself and I would stay quiet. I would keep judging uh, people, such as my mom, such as the house I used to live in, such as what I used to get, such as myself, such as the materials that I had and the objects that I had, and such as everything. But I would keep it to myself, so I would be less talkative, open with people.
So you're more of like a thinker and
Yes,
observing things.
but I tried to open up to my mom with all these judgments and without relating to her because she had a different life. She had a very abusive life also. She had a more abusive life than me. So I would try to be forward with her without her slapping me, without her screaming at me. But that never came to happen because she had a very abusive life and she wanted to just be in her own world and have her opinions and just be right about everything. So she didn't really like turn around and give me the side and the chance that I have to be right.
So she was also physically abusive to you as well sometimes?
Yes, but I was in an abusive life very little. But now I kind of am in an abusive life because I walk too much, but because I want to. Nobody introduced me to this territory, but I mean, I made like miracles out of nothing, to be honest with you. So it's like somebody introduced me to this territory. So
Which territory are you talking about?
I'm talking about like
Like
the
Overtown?
abusive life, my mom's abusive life, and what I did overall.
No. And when you say what you did overall, what do you mean by that? You're okay with me filming this part?
From what the childhood to now. From what I did back then to now.
And I want to ask one thing, and you don't have to answer it if you don't want to. But it's something I hear often when I do these videos. Was there any kind of sexual abuse in your childhood?
No, but life made me have sex. He made me have sex. I made myself have sex.
Who's he?
He used to be my boyfriend. He was very relative. He was in reality. I came to his house. He played video games. We slept together. I actually got to read his mind. He's very smart. We used to play video games together. he used to be like, if you don't change your life around, then your life is just going to, nobody's gonna pick you up, nobody's gonna do you a favor and take care of you, you're gonna talk to nobody, you're gonna have nobody, you're gonna be ugly forever. So like, what else? Like, what's next? Like, what, do you want to change your life, or you do not want to change your life?
And what did he mean by change your life? Like stop using drugs? Or were you not using drugs yet?
In school, when I was failing and I was worrying more about my woman self, how I was dressed, how I had my hair, how I had my makeup, I was ready for a man. So I really grew up out of the favor to graduate.
Did you, and are you talking about high school? Right now?
Middle school.
Did you go to high school?
Yes.
How was that? And just to, I forgot I didn't ask this, but are you from Miami? You were born and raised here?
I was raised here. I was born in Cuba. I don't know how I went to Panama, but I took a district bus in Panama all the way to Miami, and I was still riding the bus in Panama. Like, the driver was riding the bus, my mom was right aside of me, right next to me, and we were still riding the bus. My mom was talking to herself, I was talking to myself, and I said, what's gonna happen? And then like my mom looked at me, I looked at my mom, and then we went to sleep while the bus driver was still riding the bus, and everything became dark. That's how I came to Miami.
And how old were you at that time?
My mom was saying to say 6 years old of age. When I showed my passport and my ticket and my paper, but I was actually 4 years old. So I was actually 4 years old, so I said I was 4 years old. And she told me to say the name Katarina. A lot of people were in front of us, they were crowding us. I had a doll that looked like me. A crowd was holding the doll that looked like me. They were taking pictures of me. I had my passport. My mom had her passport. I had my ticket. My mom didn't have no ticket on top of her passport. And then she told me to say my age. She talked to me and she told me that your name is Katarina. Just remember that, because you're not going to be able to get in the bus if you don't. So it only took me it took me 3 or 4 times to remember the name. And then when we were like right in front of the bus, but we were speaking silently, and my mom was speaking slowly, so I could get it in my mind brain, so I could understand in my brains. So I was talking back to her, and she repeated the name 3 times for me, and I'm like, Mom, how about if I don't remember? She's like, don't worry, you're gonna remember. So I kept like saying, you gotta remember, like say it in your head. I kept telling myself, like, how about if I don't remember this name? Like, how about if I can't get in the bus? How about if I get lost? How about if I can't go with my mom? Because I felt like I was lost, to be honest.
Oh, that must have been pretty scary.
Yeah, it was pretty scary.
And when you finally got into Miami, where did you guys go? Where did you live?
Well, we skipped couple of um, buildings and streets and um, fences and stores, and the Uber car, the taxi, whoever was driving, and it was just me and, well, it was like, I think it was 4 people that were in the car, like me and my mom and like a guy and another guy. I don't remember, but like the Uber driver that picked us up, we went all the way to like Hialeah, which like it wasn't Hialeah, but it was Hialeah because they didn't really call it Hialeah, but then they called it Hialeah. So like, I mean like, I was raised in Hialeah.
What is the happiest moment you have from your childhood? Or what?
When I started talking to myself.
And why did that make you happy?
Because I felt unique. I felt the moment and I felt like I was gonna make it.
Make it how?
Make it in this life, make it in this world.
Do you still feel that way?
No, not anymore.
Why not?
Because I get to smoke crack.
And that's what's holding you back.
Yes.
Do you have a desire to stop?
Yes, but it has to be in my veins. I have to feel it in my veins. So I have to feel it naturally. Like, it has to be naturally inside of me forever for me to stop.
What does?
Crack. But I love smoking weed, so.
Do you mean crack, or do you mean the feeling it gives you?
The feeling it gives me, I feel like I'm naturally combined to it, like attached to it. I have a very good attachment with drugs. Like, me and drugs match.
Why do you think that is?
Because I know how to smoke them, I know how to serve them, I know how to work with them, I know how to cook them, my personality.
When you used crack for the first time, what was that like?
Wow, like, it was out of this world. It was like talking to myself, like, don't move, don't freak out, don't do nothing stupid. Like, just don't I felt like moving back and forth. Like, now, like, you see me stuck like this, but that's for a reason. That's because I did chango yamaya, but
What's that?
I danced for a demon.
Can you talk about
Hi.
that?
Well, I have demons aside of me. They help me in my life to be with them, relate, and they're demolished, to be honest with you. So the language was so far, and like how they were demolished was so far.
Demolished?
Up to the point, yes.
What do you mean by that? Demolished?
They're made out of nothing. They're not made out of nothing. Like rocks, like, not cruel. Like, they're not, like, I could say rocks because rocks are cruel, not because like you get to touch them and they get to hurt you, or you don't like, or you feel something hard, but like, it's like demons are like rocks, to be honest with you.
So like an example would be like they'll hurt you if you were to run into them.
No, I got recruited because everything was said and made at its positive moment and the moment and the right moment up to the point I got inside. I got in the world, inside. I got inside of that world, and I got recruited.
How?
I can't approve.
You can't approve, you said?
Yeah,
Meaning like you can't talk about it?
no, like I did not know the approval of what they were gonna give me or what they weren't gonna give me.
And who's they?
The demons or whatever made this life for me.
Do you believe in God?
No, I don't. But yes, I do. And yes, I do. Because when you pray positive, when you pray to the good energy, God exists. There's a God. Everything is going to come out good, positive, and right. Good energy, positive, and right.
The demons are bad energy.
Yes, they are. They're good too. But only if you're bad. And only if you like bad. And only if you think you're bad. And only if you want to be bad, then they're good to you.
Is that how you think about yourself? Do you think you're bad?
I think I'm both.
Everyone has good and bad in them.
Yes.
It's what you nurture that grows, you know.
It doesn't feel good, but we're both. Everybody's both. And I think I'm both.
Why don't you nurture the light side more? With, like, what would be the opposite of a demon? Angels.
Because I want to be bad. But I'm nurturing on the light side more.
Why do you want to be bad?
Because I want to be a boss bitch.
You can be... What do you mean? What is your definition of a boss bitch?
A bitch who gets to have a man, gets to hang out with the whole world, gets to hang out with the world, gets to have racks, gets to be in a car,
Being bad will never get you that.
gets to be impossible.
Being bad will not get you that. Being good will get you that.
Yes, it will, because you could do whatever you want as long as you don't break rules. But one day you're going to have to be good because it's not that it's the law and it's not that it's restrictions, but not that you want it to last forever. I don't know the word, like, but it makes sense. Like,
would you be open to trying to acquire those things that you want through doing good things?
of course, I'm starting to pray for God. I'm getting good energy. I'm starting to be positive. But it's also the stuff that I'm getting and like how I'm doing my life and how I'm getting my life, like what I'm like, and how I'm making my life. So I also live in my own mindset. I tell myself to walk and I tell myself to make it. And I tell myself, you gotta get clothes, you gotta get a car, you gotta get people, like a man, a woman, a girl, a boy, a boyfriend. You gotta buy yourself stuff. You gotta get high. You gotta keep moving. So you just can't stay there. So like what you gonna do? Like what? Like what's up? Like what you gonna do now? Like you either gonna keep moving, or you just not gonna get it at all. Excuse me, I'm gonna put this baggie in my bag.
Okay.
That's how I'm also praying to God.
Well, maybe we met for a reason, because I'd really like to be your friend and show you like a more positive side of life.
Yes, me too. And I really like, as your friend and as me, like being in your positive side, I really think you're a ghost. Not a real, like, not as in a ghost, but like, not that you got your own ghost, but like, explain. It's very hard to explain.
Is it a good thing?
Yes, it's a good thing.
Okay, I'll take it.
I'll
But I
take it too.
definitely, obviously you can't make anyone do it, but you got to put the drugs
To
down.
be honest, I don't make anybody do it.
I mean, sobriety is really
When
what.
you said you'll take it, I said I'll take it because it's very positive. It's a light that you get to see, that you get to have, that you never seen, without physically doing it, without doing it with no hands. That's where I see you at.
That means a lot to me. I often ask for that I want to be a light. Those are my exact words that I put out there. I want to be a light in people's lives.
Well, explain, like,
I want
for
to
me,
help
please.
people change their lives for the better. I want to help them.
Well, you can go forward, but you can't do that because you're gonna have to give them a car, yourself, so you can't really get over it. You can't get that for them. One thing about me, my type of person, is I can't get over what I can get for people, because they'll stop bothering me, because they'll feel me, and because it's all about the money. But people make it all about the money, but I came from a different way, so it's like I'm really not that expectation. Like,
Yeah. I think just being a light and being a positive person in someone's life can really make a big impact. And sometimes that's all I can do. But I like to let people know that I'm here for when they would like help. You know?
of course, I feel like we're gonna be great friends.
I hope so. I feel that. I'm happy I met you today.
Me too.
Do you use any other drugs besides crack?
I like to use other drugs. Like, I've used other drugs. I like to have other drugs, but I'm sticking to crack because you gotta place what you know. So if you know, and you know you can't do it at that moment, and you don't have the desire to, and it's not that it's going to fuck you up more than you're already fucked up, or it's going to make you more happy than you're already happy. It's just, I can't afford it.
You can't afford.
I've done fentanyl. I've done ecstasy. I've done shrooms. I don't like oxys. I don't like Xans. I like meth also.
Have you had.
And heroin also.
You like that?
I haven't done all the drugs in the world because I feel like there's new drugs, there's more drugs, but I have done all the drugs. So,
Have you ever injected something before?
no, to be honest. And
Don't.
I mean, people are trying to start to convince me to inject something.
You don't want to do that.
I do not. So that means I have to get around from them because they'll put a needle in my skin.
Have you had periods of sobriety since you started using drugs at 15?
Yes, I have.
What's the story behind that?
Well, when the high runs down, my veins still feel the high, but the high feels like I want to get more high. I don't want to get more high, low, empty, like it's a background to it.
So did you enjoy being sober?
Yes, I do.
What brought you back to getting high?
The fact that I don't like the empty body and the part that I have to be sober and have no energy and no talking.
No talking.
Yeah. I don't really talk like that when I'm sober. Like I can't have an open, like mindful when I'm sober.
Have you ever been diagnosed with any type of...
Yes, but it's not who I am.
What was the diagnosis?
I move like I'm bipolar and I'm starting to move like I have schizo and cocaine affective, but I don't really have that. Like that's not like that's just not my body.
Do you ever hear voices or anything like that?
I do, but they're real.
What kind of voices do you hear? What do they say?
Don't be on their side. That's the last thing I heard today.
Whose side?
People.
Oh, there's all different kinds of people. They mean humans?
Yes.
Whose side would you be on if it's not humans?
I'll be in both sides.
What's the other side?
Demons.
What about angels?
Also God.
Yeah. Angels.
Because God one day was gonna give me nothing. That's why I started not liking God.
Why did you think that?
It was proven.
How?
He was judging me. I didn't have no life. I came and had a life the hard way, and I had it the hard way.
What was hard
That's
about
why
it?
I don't like God.
What was hard about your life? I mean, you shared some things that yes, they're hard. Is there anything else that you haven't mentioned?
That I can't hear the voices I want to hear. That's what's hard about my life.
What voices do you want to hear?
Like, for example, when he said, what did I say when I said I heard the voice?
You said you...
Oh, to not be on their side.
Yeah.
I want to hear that type of voice, but it's always good. It's always friendly.
That's a good thing.
I want to hear something else.
You don't want to hear a friendly voice?
I do, but I also want to hear something else.
And what do you mean by that? What would something else be?
Everything.
Everything.
Yes.
All the sides. Interesting. Do you also get high to escape anything?
Yes. From me walking.
From you walking?
Yes. It feels like not not sweet, not like sugar, but not that I'm doing nothing, but it feels like I'm a car. Like, not that I'm a car, but it feels like I'm walking and I don't feel it. I don't feel it. I don't feel the planet. I don't feel the sky. I don't feel the trees. I don't feel the gates, the fence, not the gates, the fences.
You feel numb.
I don't feel the breathing, the air. I don't feel none of that. So I like it because of that. I'm just in my own world.
So you like the high because you don't feel those things when you're high.
Yes, correct. It's
But those,
living heaven.
but those things are so beautiful.
No, they're not, because then your body is tougher. So that way you gotta break the rock in order for you to have a float body that's letting it go and living a living heaven, to be honest with you. If you're made for that, because not everybody's made for that.
Do you think you'll ever stop using drugs?
No, but I think I feel like, and I know that I'm gonna see some horrible shit because I'm not feeling the sky, I'm not feeling the trees, I'm not feeling the fences, I'm not feeling the air, and I'm not feeling breathing. So I'm gonna see some horrible shit. So that's all and I'm walking and I don't wanna feel the walking and I don't wanna feel my body. So like that's all I got. And I wanna entertain myself. I wanna keep talking to myself. I wanna keep opening up in my world. And I wanna feel all that. So I'm gonna see some horrible shit.
Like what kind of horrible shit?
Something that's big, dark, and that gets up on you.
Are you afraid of that?
No and yes. And no, I'm not, to be honest. No, I'm not.
How did you...
I'm not afraid of that. But how did I what?
What was I gonna ask? How do you make money to buy drugs each day?
I don't really even sell my body. I don't feel the sky. I don't feel the trees. I don't feel the fences. I don't feel the air. I don't feel breathing. So I don't really feel my body. I don't know how I'm constantly not feeling my body, keeping up with my body, controlling my body, and just keep doing it with my body and just keep doing the same thing every day.
Which is what?
This.
But you use your body to make money?
Correct.
How does that make you feel? How did you start doing that?
Stranded. Like I'm never gonna have a boyfriend. But I'm starting to have multiple boyfriends. Unless don't pick their side. Or unless they want to be with me.
Who's they?
The mans that are day by day finessing me, giving me some money, telling me to go get some crack and be by my way. And sometimes not giving me crack, telling me I can't smoke crack. Not that they're not giving me crack, because the reason why they're not giving me crack is because they don't want me to smoke no crack. They don't want me to smoke no crack. And they keep going, and I keep going, and then we go by our ways, and they tell me to do this your way, and then that's it.
And where do you sleep at night?
On concrete, on a gas station, on a bus stop, I barely sleep. I haven't been sleeping. Or, well, I always say I haven't been sleeping even when I do because I don't feel. So, on somebody's apartment, house, I slept last night. I went to somebody's apartment. Thank God I got some sleep, but I'm still acting the same because I don't feel. So,
You probably need a lot of sleep, a lot of rest,
yeah.
and a break from this lifestyle.
Yes. I mean, my body feels like having a break from this lifestyle, but I feel like it's getting better and better.
You should get out.
No, I'm gonna get killed. I mean, I'm gonna die in the streets, but overall, like, that's how I'm gonna have a name for myself, I guess. I mean, if you die on concrete, concrete's gonna remember you.
That breaks my heart. You can't die like that.
But it's supposed to be like that.
You don't know that.
Because one day we're not supposed to feel.
How do you know you're not supposed to overcome this and use your story to help other people?
Because my story to the background is to have what I can't have, to have what I have, and to make what I can't have, and make, and have, make.
Well, if we become friends, will you be open to changing your life one day?
Yes.
That makes me happy.
That makes me happy too.
Can you talk about some of the experiences you've had over the years out here, and how did you even end up in Overtown?
Well, I've had a lot of equally out here. I've had nothing. I'm begging for mercy. I'm staying with nothing. I want to get out this planet. So I want to have mercy. But I gotta have friends, and I need somebody to see me observing me so I could really do it. But when it's like uncomfortable places, I cannot do it because it's so slow up to the point that I'm not gonna want to take it.
What's an example of an uncomfortable place?
A whole bunch of grass with no branches, and you don't know what's in that grass, and you have to get in the grass. And you have to stay there forever. And even if you come out, Lord knows where you're gonna come out with, but you have to stay.
Have you seen that before?
Yes, I have. I've kind of tried it.
Where
but
did you
a
see
little.
that? Was this at like a rehab center or?
It was in Little Havana.
Little Havana.
Yeah.
Was this like a backyard or something?
No, it was a community park.
Okay, and you were staying there.
Yes, for 3 days.
Why were you there?
Because I skipped town and I wanted some drugs. I always go to drug towns. I mean, like, I always skip town. And I'm always in town. And sometimes I'm not in town, but I still get the proper that I need.
By town, do you mean Overtown?
Anywhere, including Little Havana. I met this guy named Pete. Pete, yeah. And yeah. Sorry, I'm not talking to demons right now or to myself. I just said yeah, so everybody could clearly understand me. And I'm his friend. We smoke crack together, and I miss him.
You miss him?
Yeah.
What do you like about him?
How he's very abusive hard, and he just wants me to do it the hard way.
He's abusive?
Yeah.
And you like that?
Yeah, but he's never hitting me.
Why do you like that?
Because it makes me a savage. It makes me not feel.
Why do you not want to feel?
Because I love it.
You like being numb.
I don't even know it. I know what numb is, but I don't know what numb is. Hi.
Are you in touch with any of your family?
They don't want to be in touch with me. They think I'm not changing my life. They think I'm doing the same stupid shit. They don't even think I'm getting picked up. They don't even know right now I got some nice ass clothes. And then I'm like over here like smoking crack. They probably think I don't have nobody. They probably think I'm walking right now. They probably think I'm on my way to get out of town and be dead forever.
Well, I hope you live a really long life.
Me too, but I have to make it. Because
Yeah.
I made, not only that I made myself a promise, but once you use someone, you can't run out of pockets.
What was the promise you made?
You can't run out of pockets.
Out of pockets?
Yes.
What does that mean?
You can't get out of pockets. You can't run out of pockets. You can't get out of money.
Oh, okay.
So as long as I have all the money in the world, I'm not leaving.
So I do want to cover a little bit of when you first tried crack cocaine to now. What are some of the experiences you've had over the years? How did you end up where you are today?
To be honest, my eyes are up, and I feel more of like excessive, a killer, awaked, and I've handled this life.
But are there experiences that you can share to kind of give like things you've been
Can
through?
I ask you a question? Am
Yeah.
I bad or am I good?
I think you're good.
Thank you.
I think you're a good person that's kind of lost in some bad things though.
Explain to me why.
Well, you're getting high on crack cocaine. That's not good. You talk about not wanting to feel anything, and you should face those feelings one day. And
You're right. How about if it makes me numb, then I get to have the feeling back, and I can't get to take drugs.
there's no better high than sobriety. You just have to find that sober life that
I've never felt sober. I can't be sober anymore. I want that. I don't want to be sober. I do want to be sober. I don't want that sobriety back. I do want to be sober. I want that sobriety back because I don't get too expensive. I don't get to spend my money on what I like.
what do you want to spend your money on?
Crack.
So you're saying in sobriety you don't get to spend your money on crack?
Yes. I get to
What is
more
it?
expensive. I get to have more expensive things. I get to be expensive. And I get to have a clear mind and my mindset. I get to have whatever I want. I get to be protective. And I get to have a house.
Those are good things. That's what you'd have in sobriety.
Yes. It's not that I get to do normal stuff.
You could do anything you want. You could travel. You can, you said you want a boyfriend. You can meet a man. Do you want kids one day?
Yes.
You can't have kids doing this, If you want a good guy for you and a home and a car and all those things, you gotta put the drugs behind you.
Yes. I want my kids to grow up big, equally, to have more beats, body, power, manage, owner, put them in their place, and put them where they are in their place. And that's all I want to do with my kids. Just like how that's all I want to do with myself.
And like a place, you mean like a home?
Yes.
Like a happy, positive home.
Yes. And that's a correct guess. Guest, please. That's a correct GUESS, which is guess. I like as I'm guessing, like as in not a hypothesis, but it's close similar to a hypothesis because you do an educated guess, but it's not an educated guess. It's just a guess. And then guest, like GUEST, like as like I'm in a place and like
Yeah.
I get to have luxury and like way more favors and like I'm in that place and I feel like I'm in that place and I get to have whatever I want and I get to manage and it never stops and I feel comfortable. Sorry about that.
Right. Okay. I understand. So you want to...
I want to be more open instead of more private.
Would you say that you're a happy person?
Yes, I am. Inside?
Inside.
Yes.
Well, that's where it matters most.
Yes. And outside too, but mostly inside.
What kinds of things make you happy? Do you have a favorite animal?
Yes.
What's your favorite animal?
A dog.
Dogs?
Yeah.
What kind of dog?
Pit bulls. But I don't have really a favorite dog.
You like all dogs?
Yes. But today I met like this pit bull. I think he was a bulldog. Pit bull. He was so cuddly and so loved up to the point like he didn't even bite. Like I kissed him in the nose and on not on his mouth. Like I couldn't kiss him in the mouth, but I kissed him in the whiskers and I almost kissed him in the eye and like he was giving me so much love and he wasn't even like licking me. Like that was the best part. Like that's just a toy dog.
Toy dog?
Yeah.
It wasn't a real dog.
It was a real dog, but I'm saying like the dog like didn't lick me.
Right, he was just like kind of chilling there.
Yeah.
But still showing you love.
Yeah.
What about music? Do you have, like, what kind of music do you like?
Rap.
Who's your favorite rapper?
Pooh Shiesty, Gucci Man, Love Vo, Moneybag Yo.
Do you have any talents?
Future, and yes, I was saying Future the rapper also.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah. And I dance, I sing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's awesome. What kind of music do you like to sing?
Rap, like big notes.
Can you sing something? I don't mean to put you on the spot. You do not have to.
I mean, I sing a lot of witch music.
Which music?
Yes.
I don't even know what that would be.
Do you want to hear?
Yeah.
Okay. Once upon a place in your born and way. I'm sorry, I just can't sing right now. In your lying way, and you just got made Lying, I'm lying, I'm lying tonight. I don't want to sing no bad stuff right now, but I just could keep going.
That was very beautiful.
Yeah.
Let me just wait for this car.
Okay.
Oh, we're good. Did you ever play any sports
No.
as a kid?
I used to run track. I walk every day miles, so it's like running track, to be honest with you.
Did you graduate high school?
No, I did not.
What grade did you get to?
10th grade.
And what made you not keep going with that?
The paperwork.
Like homework?
No, just like the questions, the answers, overall. The dog looked like that dog, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah. One thing about me, I like to have a matching family. Like, how can humans be smart enough not to match things?
What do you mean by matching?
Like, I would like to have matching dogs. I know that they'll have like the best sex ever, but like I don't like things that are not matching. I don't know why. But I'm starting to like it, to be honest, because I'm starting to belong there, to be honest with you.
Outside of drug use, what are some of the things that you like? Some of your interests?
Traveling, sleeping, eating, knowing something new. Being there, and using drugs. Because without them, I'm not myself.
I think it's the opposite, personally. I think you just have to discover who you are outside of them.
I'm bad.
No, you're not. You're not bad.
So, since I don't like to be sober and I like to use drugs and I can't have drugs, but I can have drugs and I need to have drugs and I want to have drugs every day no matter what I do, then I'm bad.
It doesn't make you bad. It doesn't make you bad. You're addicted.
I don't think it's an addictive anymore.
Well, do you feel like you need it all the time?
Can like we put the camera up?
You want me to stop it?
No.
Oh, you just
to
want
be honest with you, I feel like it's constantly. I don't know what an addiction is no more, to be honest. Is it okay if I could go in the corner and smoke real
If
quick?
what?
In the corner and smoke real quick, where
Yeah.
there's no wind at?
Do you want me to pause it?
Yes, please.
Okay.
I wanted to say goodbyes. Thank you very much. I didn't mean to blow a kiss, but anyways, I'm just trying to like show love. Thank you very much, and just goodbye.
Do I have your permission to post this online?
Yes, of course.
On
you
YouTube
do.
and
Yes.
social media?
Yes. Just make sure you write a comment down so like everybody could see it, like to get more views and stuff. That way you can make some money, and like if I ever call you or I see you again, like that way, like you could like have me out on that, and just like I don't know like what road I'm gonna take, but I hope that there's choices, there's chances, and I hope like one day I get chances to took that road.
There are choices and chances, and I really mean it. Like, we'll be friends and we'll stay in touch.
Yeah, of course. I can't give you much, but
You don't need to give me anything.
Okay.
Just
I mean, but I would like to financially make sure that you got it. You feel me?
I'm not even doing this for money, really. I mean, yes, I'd like to make enough to pay my bills, but I'm not trying to like.
I mean, but you start small and then you go big, so that it's probably gonna be an event of financially. Like,
I hope so, but I plan to, if it does get to that point, to keep giving back, and I wanna keep helping people.
yeah, I mean,
That's my what I want to do with my life.
yeah, that's positive.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you're not changing your mindset at all because you know you help yourself and you know that's what you want to do.
It's my passion,
Yeah.
and also why I'm happy to have met you.
Can I ask you a question? Are you scared that you'll ever get killed by a stranger by doing this? Or do you pull up in the right people?
I pull up on the right people.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. I feel like God's watching over me too, you know?
Yeah,
I'm not stupid with
I
it.
haven't gotten any answers that God is watching over you, but I hope so.
He is. I know it. But thank you for talking to me.
Thank you also. Can we still I was gonna tell you this in private, but like
Do you want
I want like everybody to know this, like since we're great friends. Can we still hang out for a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay, sure, perfect. I'm not gonna take like your whole night. I would, to be honest with you, and would be like a zombie, like but
No, I'm down to hang out. But I'll end the video now, and you want to get something to eat?
But yeah, goodbye.
All right. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.